mark their 40th birthday with Hope and Promise, a breakfast for women's futures. It's an event that brings together community leaders, sector experts, support, and survivors. So let's bring in Marilyn Matheson, Executive Director with Harmony House, and Francesca Davila, Director of Development and Communications of Harmony House. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
So great to have you here to have this conversation and learn more. But first of all, just tell us what Harmony House is all about.
We're a second stage shelter for women and children fleeing abuse. We have 16 units, 11 of which are 1 bedroom, 3 are 2 bedroom, and we have 2 studio units. At the moment, with their mothers, we have about 20 kids living in the shelter, and we're concerned about the children and growing up in a shelter. It's not good for kids, which is why we need to expand. We have about 80 families on the waiting list right now, and the shelter is full, and we're bursting at the seams.
And 40 years, that's an incredible milestone to reach,
years.
which we know that the need is great here in our community.
Yes, and we're not using the word celebration, we're using the word mark, because why are we celebrating having a shelter like this? Having to have the necessity of a shelter.
So tell us more about the breakfast that will be taking place.
Well, thank you so much for having us. It's a great opportunity for us to come in the community and the community to us.
Yeah.
As Marilyn was saying, we mark and we honor. So 40 years of voices, freedom, opportunities for them to start again. So it's a critical, when we do transitional housing, we are talking about ending cycle of abuse. And how everybody's like, how can I help? How can I volunteer? This is the opportunity. Come buy a ticket, be a sponsor, which bring impact, which stands with women and children that they want to start again. So this is happening in the Affinity Center, March 2nd this year. So we're kind of 1 month and something. So we invite people to join us. There is so many opportunities for sponsors to be part of this event, and for people just to come and learn more about awareness and how they can help be the part of the solution for ending cycle of abuse.
And tell us about some of the speakers that will be taking place at the breakfast as well.
Absolutely. So we have 4, it's a panel discussion. It's going to lead by Catherine Clark. And we have a few executive directors. So we have Katie Burkholder Harris, she's the executive director for Alliance to End Homeless in Ottawa. And we have, of course, representing Women's Shelter is Anaduha Dugal, and she's the executive director for Women's Shelter Canada. And of course, we want to, as Marilyn was saying, children is basic for us. So we have she's the supervisor for mental health, Isabel McNider, and she's great into what trauma looks like for children and how they can bring solutions. And of course, we have a 4th speaker, which is a former resident. It will bring the living experience. So tying all women's shelter, homeless, and how we can look forward for next 40 years.
And as you mentioned, you're at capacity. There's a waiting list to be seen. Impact is great here. You need more support and more services, so you're able to provide more people help.
Yes, exactly. And so we have a specialized staff. We have a childcare in house, and we have an after-school program, because the children really can't bring friends back to a shelter, and they don't want to say in school, I live in a shelter. So it's very difficult for the children.
And how can the community get involved?
Yeah, so please go to our website. There is so many ways to go there and find if you want to volunteer, you want to be part of the event, how we can expand this. We're the only second stage for 40 years in Ottawa. So that means it's a longer stay. It's emergency has, of course, a lot of stress, but the crisis as well ends when there is a stability, when there is hope. And when we talk about hope and promises, what we can do for them in the next voices, hopefully not as a shelter. We serve women fleeing violence. We cannot wait for them to need a shelter, but until then, we're going to be there for Ottawa.
And what do former people who have used Harmony House say about the services that they were provided?
Well, we just finished our holiday appeal, and seeing 20 years after a testimonial of how a mom was not able to use a phone when she was trying to flee abuse. And now when he moves into a shelter, seeing her mom back to freedom means that she was connecting with her sister, with his aunt. So 20 years now, he's trying to get back to the community. He serves into one of our sector charities that help children and youth. So we see how something that started as an abuse can end up in helping the community from one of our former residents. They are thrivers for sure.
Amazing. And how can people get more information? And of course, those tickets, because they're on sale now.
They are on sale. So yes, we have the opportunity to bring your team, bring your corporate, bring your leadership to learn, be part of this. They can get a table for 10, or they can go to our website and get just a ticket for 60.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both so much for joining us today. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.